today's trader mentality is about gaining the power to keep going and not folding under pressure. And I'll tell you right from jump, I've been trading about 4 years now, but early on in my trading career, like, I wanted to quit so many times because really it just felt like a waste of time. You know, it's so much time that you put into these courses, studying, back testing, on the charts constantly, and then meanwhile you got friends that's just hanging out, taking trips, doing kind of whatever they want, you know, outside of work. And it's like outside of work for you is literally locked in on these charts, not really spending much time with family and friends for, you know, days in, weeks in, months in. Like, doing that consistently, it could be really hard, you know, especially when you're not getting those type of results yet. You know, and my best advice to anyone that's like dealing with that now is really you have to take it day by day. And don't be like me. You know, I'm someone who kind of underestimated the amount of time that it was going to take. You know, if you would have asked me early on, I would have told you, you know, my first year that I would have quit my job and have been trading full time like that next year, that same year. But, you know, I'm 4 years in and I'm just now got funded and just now working towards that and being able to get the money and make the money trading to, you know, really be consistently profitable to do that. So, you know, that does take time. So I would say just take it day by day. Think about your end goal and keep that in mind as you build day in and day out, because it's going to take a lot of time. Like, you're going to have to put in that time and effort. So I like to use the college analogy. I think that really helps best for traders to really understand the amount of time that they got to put in. So let's just say that you want to go get funded by FTMO. You have to think about it the same way like you were going to get a college degree or you're trying to get an actual certification in a certain field of study. You're going to have to put in 2 to 4 years in order to get that degree or certification. So think about it the same way with trading. You're going to have to put in 2 to 4 years to get to a level of understanding to where you can go and get funding or be consistently profitable in your regular trading account. It's going to take 2 to 4 years buying courses, studying, getting that chart time, journaling all your trades. You know, I got over 200 pages worth of just journal trades of every single trade that I took. So it's just, you have to get in that understanding that it's going to take 2 to 4 years of doing that consistently in order to get to this level of professionalism. You know, another big reason I really wanted to quit, man, was it had to deal with just the money. You know, the money to buy courses and the money to fund accounts and blowing the accounts, buying challenges, failing challenges. Like, it was a repeated process, and it was just, it got so frustrating. It was just like, man, what am I doing? It just, you know, it got to a point where it felt worthless. And if you're at that point, trust me, I've been there. Early on, I was going through it. Now, my personal advice to you is going to be to definitely utilize everything you can on YouTube first. Don't go in and start spending a lot of money buying courses and stuff like that. Go ahead and use all you can on YouTube first and put that into practice. And whether that's my channel, you got Doyle Exchange, you got TGFX, you got ICT, you got all these great channels that are going to put you in the right direction as far as trading goes. Because, you know, just the way they see the market as far as looking at it from the way the banks trade is definitely the right path you want to go, and cut out a lot of the BS and noise that's out there on YouTube. Now, once you consumed and studied and practiced, you know, these different styles of trading, now you can go in and buy a course or two and then start getting that in-depth knowledge. And lastly, before you go and buy a challenge, make sure that you can make 10% consistently in a small account or even a demo. If you don't have money to fund a small, you know, $100 account, whatever, just see if you can make 10% consistently more than once, you know, 2 to 3 times first before you go and buy FTMO challenge, my forex funds challenge. Make sure you do that first to show that you're consistent and that you're ready, so you're not just wasting money on these challenges. Now, this video is already getting too long, so let me end with this third one. So just recently, 6 to 9 months ago, I was thinking about quitting just because of the simple fact of it's hard to get used to trading large capital. So when you get to a point of getting funded, it's hard, you know, trading that large capital, because most of us, you know, if you're like me, you don't have $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 just laying around. You never had that in your lifetime to be able to, you know, spend or to have saved anything like that. So just imagine what that's like trying to trade, you know, that amount of capital in an account. And, you know, obviously you're not risking that much in your account, but just seeing those numbers fluctuate could be very difficult because, you know, you're not used to even making that type of money in your job. So psychology behind seeing those numbers fluctuate and trading that large capital is something that's very difficult. You really have to make a mind shift at that point. So even with like a 100K account, you can imagine what kind of stress and how anxious you will feel just trading that account. You know, you're going to either one, treat it like a lottery and blow it, or two, you're going to be afraid to take trades like you would in a regular $100 account and stuff like that. So you're not taking the same type of trades. You're scared in the market. All those things was happening to me. So one big thing that's going to help you and that helped me with your psychology behind this is, let's say with a 100K account, instead of saying, oh, I lost $1,000 or I made $1,000, you got to change that to percentages. So, you know, I lost 1% or I made 1%. You can see the difference in, you know, how does that feel when you say, oh, I lost 1,000 or oh, I made 1,000. That's going to make the way that you trade in the market a lot different opposed to if you're just looking at the market from a percentage standpoint. And that's what, you know, helped me a lot. Just 1% growth, 1% loss, because, you know, that'll make it to where you're looking at the market from a neutral standpoint and you're taking your emotions out of trading. All right, so that's going to be it for me today, guys. Stay tuned for Trader's Mentality Part 2. As always, invest in yourself, and I'll see you all in the next video.